And for Chance, he is back in it. So that means it's time for PJ to get our shooters ready for the game.
All right, our last division of the night, Open Pro. Our 5th place qualifier with a score of 420 from Smithville, Mississippi, shooting for elite, Brayden Jones. Our 4th place qualifier with a score of 422 from Mount Juliet, Tennessee, shooting for Darton, Chance Beaubouef. And our number 3 qualifier with a score of 423 from Uniontown, Pennsylvania, shooting for Matthews, Levi Morgan. Our number 2 qualifier with a score of 424 from Van Buren, Arkansas, shooting for Hoyt, Chris Hacker. And our number 1 qualifier with a score of 430 from Wazeeka, Wisconsin, shooting for Matthews, Dan McCarthy.
All right, so taking a look at the scores and how they came off the range, Dan McCarthy leads the way with the 430, and he had 15 bonus rings. 3rd place, Levi Morgan, has 423, but also with 15 bonus rings, as is Chance Beaubouef, Hacker, who's got a 24 in 2nd, 13 bonus rings, and Brayden Jones. So Steve Anderson, only 2 bonus rings difference between our number 1 coming off the qualifying range and our number 5s. So this is quite a close race.
Yeah, we got a lot of people. Someone can get hot here early. They got a chance at winning, even Brayden here from the 5th spot.
Chance Beaubouef.
And again, we got a couple targets that are a little closer placed. Another one has shot at a 14 ring yet. Thought Brayden might go for it here, but he did not.
And of course, that first scout arrow, just to see how well your numbers are. And Dan, you heard Danny McCarthy earlier talk about how difficult it is to come indoors and judge off of this polished concrete in this bright light. But for the Stan Hyena, in with a nice safe 10, it's going to give him a good idea of where his numbers are in judging. Then we're going to move over to Hacker on the elevation Impala.
Next up, Chris Hacker,
also a 10. Then we go to the Shibuya Javelina, Levi Morgan. And here's a look at Levi's shot. Always with a very strong shot is Levi Morgan. Catches a 10 on that one. Then to Chance. Chance was shooting at the gold tip Mule Deer. The Mule Deer definitely the closest target that we have for this reset range in Open Pro.
Man, it looks like he's got that. Yep,
got it.
He did. We mentioned this earlier in the broadcast. The arrow just has to touch that scoring ring. Does not have to break through it, just has to touch it.
And Brayden Jones.
Brayden, I think, is the only one who called it an upper 12, and he's got it if he did call it. Yep, he did. And he got it.
And for Jones, 3rd place here last year in 2022 Open Pro Rookie of the Year. For Jones, his 3rd year shooting pro. Here's a good look at the elite shooter. All right, so the archers now rotate over, so Jones is going to work his way all the way over to our first targeted position, which is the Stan Hyena. That means Levi Morgan going to the Bow Doodle Grazing Doe.
And we've got updated scores. 2 points separate 2nd and 5th, so we still got a really competitive race here. Dan McCarthy with a little bit of a cushion out front in 1st place, but that can evaporate quickly, as we've seen in other shoot downs. Hacker on screen there, shooting that javelina. Looks like he hit it a bit left. Might still have a 10. Should have a 10, has a 10. Yeah, we've got McCarthy who's looking at the javelina less shy now than it was earlier. And he's got a 10 as well. He might even have a 12.
All right, first up.
Yeah, of the 4 we can see, no one called an upper that we saw.
Brayden did. Brayden Jones, the only upper call out there.
Okay.
And he's got a 10.
And for our leader, Dan McCarthy.
So we moved to Dan McCarthy.
This is the one that I thought was close. Let's see if we can get a little better look at it on the screen here. Nope, I wasn't close. Okay, so that's a solid 10 for Dan, but not what I thought it was in that initial view.
Chris Hacker currently tied with Chance Beaubouef at 434, but trailing bonus range is 10.
Yeah, so Hacker tied on points. He goes 10 with Beaubouef, but Beaubouef really with 1 extra bonus ring.
We'll find out who wants to make the first run at a 14 ring. We might find out.
To the gold tip mule deer we go with Chance Beaubouef. 5 arrows in regulation. Any shooter within 10 points of the leader gets
He
a
got
6th
it.
arrow.
Chance got
Come
it.
on.
Oh, sorry, Levi. Not
Levi,
Chance,
sorry, yeah, that was Levi.
3 points away from Dan McCarthy and 1 bonus ring more. He's at 16, Dan's at 15. And for Chance Beaubouef.
So Chance goes high.
Yep, he's going to have an 8 up there in the core line.
That's a rough one, especially after you grabbed that 12 shot before. That kind of, the 12 and the 8 cancel each other out for those 10s, but Levi now gains 4 points.
Yeah, that was huge. Huge. Everyone else basically stayed the same or went backwards, so big move for Levi there. He's going to creep up on Dan. Going to get another shot at a shorter target here for Levi as well. So he's going to have this feeding doe, grazing doe, and he just had he's pegged the last, he had that last distance pegged, so he's got to have a good idea what this next one is too. I assume Levi might go for it. I assume he will.
We've seen him come from 5th place last year all the way up to 1st, Levi
Yeah.
Morgan. That Hacker going for
Hacker
14.
looks like he got it. You got to make hay while you can. You don't get these short targets the rest of the way, so you got to get after him while you got an opportunity. Levi went for it. I think he's got it.
Looks like another CBE 14 drilled. Boy, this is one of the more aggressive pro pressure point shoot downs I've seen from the Open Pro Class in quite a while. So now we wait, go to the stand hyena. And that's going to be Chance. So he comes in with a 10. Good look at Chance's shot there. That hyena's pretty far down range. Elevation Impala. That's going to be Brayden Jones.
There's a 10, Brayden Jones. So right now Brayden has 15 bonus rings.
Next will be Dan on the javelina.
He's actually 1 bonus ring ahead.
And that javelina can be a tough one to look at from that far away. Solid 10. I think on that one, when it's that far away, you can't really pick out a little spot like you often can when it's closer. When it's closer, you can pick one of those tick marks, aim at it. But when it gets that far away, it becomes a bit of a blur. Good look at Chris Hacker. Hacker's shot was at the mule deer and a 14, and it looked like he had it. Yes, he does.
Oh, yeah.
That's a very faint line, so I could see that one being tough to call, but
Yeah. CBE 14 for Hacker.
and then Levi also gunning for another 14.
Levi Morgan at 447. At 14 for Levi Morgan.
It's going to be your leader. He's going to lead by a point, Levi Morgan. From 4th place to lead. And, of course, in terms of the target rotation, this really plays in favor, though, for, I think, Dan McCarthy, as he has now put the most difficult target behind him.
Dan's got his 2 shortest targets coming up next.
Levi's at 468.
Levi's got 2 long-ish targets, but
Chris is at 458.
for Dan, he's in a.
52 are Chance and Brayden.
I'm going to guess he goes for a 14 here, and then you'll see where he stands on the next one. He may not need to, may not be the play, but I think on this mule deer you kind of got to go for it. Everyone else has been hitting it. Got updated scores there. Levi with the 1-point lead over Dan. Chris Hacker 3 back of the lead. And those 3 have all kind of separated themselves from Chance Beaubouef and Brayden Jones, who both sit at 452, 6 points back of a podium position. Chris with a quick shot. He had the grazing doe. He looks like he shot a 12 ring, and it was probably a 10. Here's Dan at full draw, lets down.
37 seconds left on the shot clock. Plenty of time.
Dan is now looking over to see what Levi shot, so he's not. he's checking out another target to see what move he needs to make.
Levi was on that stand hyena, and it looked like he was gunning for a low 12.
Yeah, so Dan's got an 8 there. So Dan wanted to see what Levi did to know if he needed to shoot at the 14. Here's Levi's shot. I assume this is a 12 based off of Dan's reaction shooting at the 14 ring.
Mm-hmm.
12 for Levi Morgan.
Yeah, that's right. Steve got it correct. Inside out 12 for Levi.
3 bonus rings in the round, plus 2 14s in the 12. He's now at 473. Chance Beaubouef.
The chance
got an 8.
Yeah.
An 8 for Chance, just under the 14 ring.
Yeah, he's got the. What are you gonna do? You got to go for it.
Yeah. When he was 6 points back of third and may not have a 6th arrow in him. He may not stay within 10 of the leader. So.
What you calling that one, Steve?
They called it a 10, so I'm going to as well. But
it
did look like it was just, a 32nd of an inch or so, maybe even a little bit more outside.
Solid shooting from Jones, though.
Yeah.
12, 10, 10, 10. I mean,
that's the kind of shooting you need throughout the round. Just, stay. You can do that if you can pick a few targets to go grab a 12 on and, end up with averaging somewhere around 12 up per round. You can be really effective in this Open Pro class.
now we get the hacker call is a 10.
Yeah, so Hacker's now looking at a 2nd place position. He's tied with Hacker. I didn't hear the bonus ring advantage.
So for Hacker, he came in 2 behind Dan, and Hacker's got 1. So Hacker's one behind McCarthy.
So Dan's sitting 2nd after the tie break. The results are as they appear on screen. Mm-hmm. That system is new and will at least shuffle the leaders up to the top and have it in that score range, but a tie won't always be in accordance to the bonus rings. They do have it correct here. And 5th arrow here. Looks like most are going to stay. Well, the top 3 are going to stay within 10 points of Levi, our leader, and get a 6th arrow here. Dan went for another 14. Did not get it. He's a good 1.5 yards shy on those last couple of targets.
Safety play by Levi.
Yep, and Hacker waited to see what happened. He's going to shoot at a 12 ring. Got a solid 10.
This is part of the game, especially with a minute shot clock. You have a lot of time to let your strategy unfold.
Yep. Yeah, and if your opponents are going to go quick and you can watch them and know better what you want to do, the fun part will be when 2 of them stare at each other, wait and get down to the last second, and someone's got to pull the trigger,
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as a 5-point lead is 10 for Levi. Are you sure? Yeah, well, maybe the best of them.
10 for Levi. Next up is going to be Chance Beaubouef.
460.
He's at 460, but that one. Ooh.
I think that's going to be a 12. That's got the
12 for sure.
It's got the connector, as they call it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Crowd appreciates that one. Chance is like, what else am I going to do?
That leaves him 1 point away from the final arrow. And for Brayden Jones, currently 462.
So Brayden Jones has had a very solid round. 12, 10, 10, 10. How does he end up?
He's got it.
Got a 14. That's CBE 14. Coming off the range with 14 bonus rings and grabs 2 out of 5.
7 points of Levi.
So that'll put him within 7 points of Levi. So he's definitely getting the last chance archery, last chance arrow, the 6th one.
Moves him to 476. He'll be in the final arrow. So right now, our leader is Levi Morgan at 483 and 18 bonus rings. And second is Chris Hacker at 478.
So it's Levi, Hacker.
And
Third place right now is Brayden Jones, who has consistently shot his way from being 5th place and 10 points down on the leader on the back of 2 bonus rings and 3 solid 10s.
Yeah, so they've got him right now in 4th, but he has the bonus ring advantage on Dan McCarthy. So that will shift when they get to an official score.
Okay, Mr. Parrott's gonna.
So only Chance is out. As now they're going to grab the Russian boar. They're going to put it probably pretty deep would be my guess.
Just as a reminder, we're going to start the award ceremony.
And then we'll get an opportunity to judge. They're going to start a clock. I believe they have a minute to judge that one.
Yeah, it's a minute or 2 minutes thereabouts, but they're going to all line up, take their best guess at it. So they're going to use a little bit of a reference here off of what they've already shot. Use some notes there. If I'm them, I'm looking at the screen right now to see what kind of depth the screen will show, but none of them saw. And then they're going to move the shooting cones. It's a fair distance. I'd say 6-7 yards in front of the shooting box right now. So
all right.
This is not a particularly long poke at this
Everybody get up there.
Russian boar, Uncle Steve's boar.
We all set, Scott? We'll start their 1 minute.
I found out that Uncle Steve is from Michigan.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I blew it when I said Ohio. That's like offensive to those people, I believe, right?
I'm sure Uncle Steve will get over it. So Levi Morgan on the back of 3 bonus rings, 2 14s and a 12, has extended his bonus rings to 18. And of course, that's the tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Where Brayden Jones, coming in here with 14, has now got 16 bonus rings. Hacker came in with 13 bonus rings, has gotten 1 14, so he's at 14 bonus rings. And Dan McCarthy has gone 10, 10, 10, 8, 8. So he hasn't increased his 15 bonus rings that he came off the qualifying ranges with.
Yeah, Levi's been total class in this shoot-off. I mean, this is why he's the best that's ever done 3D archery, right? And
yep.
He's showing it now. He's looking good. He's looking confident. He's got a 5-point lead, and he's going to have some guys squabbling behind him, which could make his life easier, or it's going to add to the drama. We'll see. You know, in the worst-case scenario for him, Chris Hacker shoots a 14.
First up.
And then Levi needs a 10 or better to win. That's worst-case scenario.
That's right. But the good news is, because he's put himself in the #1 spot, these 3 shooters are going to shoot before him. So by the time he lines up for his arrow, he's going to have a full idea of what his strategy is going to be.
All right, my friend, we'll start your 1 minute.
And I think for Dan McCarthy, there's only one option here.
Yeah, there's a couple ways he could play this, but at this point, he's shooting for 2nd place now. He's not chasing Levi.
Knew he was going to go for that 14.
Just wide of it.
Did he finally catch that 14 ring he's been aiming at for the last 2
So now
three
Brayden
targets?
Jones
Let's see what they
is.
show.
Oh, this is a tough scenario for Brayden Jones.
Yeah, do you safe play
8 again for Mr.
3rd place,
Yeah.
get your podium?
If I'm Brayden Jones, I'm aiming at a 12
Next up,
because then you've got a chance to
Brayden
push
Jones.
Hacker.
Once the upper 12 call.
And if Brayden Jones gets a 12, that's going to move him to 17 bonus rings.
Yeah, he's got more than Hacker.
Yeah, Hacker's sitting on 14. So
Yeah, Brayden Jones should shoot at a 12 here. That would put him at 488. Then Hacker would need a 10 to tie, but that wouldn't be enough to beat him because the tiebreaker is the bonus rings that they've shot throughout the course of the tournament. So Hacker would need a 12 to beat him.
We'll start your 1 minute now.
And then if he shot at a 14 here, it does him no good. All it does is open the potential that he shoots a 5 and slips down to 4th below Dan McCarthy.
He came in here in 5th place. He's finished 3rd here last year. Trying to shoot his way up to contest for 2nd place.
Solid. Upper 12. He called upper 12.
Okay.
Very solid.
He wants the upper 12.
Nice, putting some pressure on
That's a
that.
really good shoot off for Brayden Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Man, 50% bonus ring rate, and he went +8 on 6 targets.
Amazing.
It's a really good shoot off for Brayden Jones. Congrats to him.
If he shoots a 10, he'll come in 3rd by virtue of bonus rings to Brayden Jones. If he shoots a 12, he'll move into 2nd place.
So Hacker needs a 12, but right here,
You don't want that cone
his
out
play
there.
is to shoot. Yeah, let's see what he's got. Yeah, he's got to shoot at a 12.
All right.
And he's
12
called
is
upper.
called.
Yep. Yeah, if he shot at a 14, he could, in theory, put some more pressure on Levi, but not much. But really open the door for himself to drop down to even 4th place. So
A 10 ties him in points with Jones, but Jones has the bonus ring advantage.
he shot at a 14.
Okay.
Wow.
12 or 14.
I think it's just wide, but man, it's close.
He locks up 2nd place and puts
What a
some
distance,
pressure
though,
on
he
Levi.
judged. I mean, that was right on.
I think he's got it.
Oh,
Yeah, he's got
he
it.
got it.
Yep. Okay.
Oh,
So that puts him at 492, and now Levi needs a 10 to win.
There's a 14 for Chris
Hacker. Gutsy move for the CBE
Yeah.
14.
All right. Sorry, Brayden. He just
He knew he needed a 12. I think his idea here is that the 14 ring is actually bigger than the 12 ring on this target.
That's a
That's
good point.
probably his strategy there.
I'm not going to tell you what to do. You
Had he
don't
shot a
know.
5, he would have moved down to 4th place. He would have lost a lot of money.
Gutsy.
Yeah.
That's the risk reward, and that's the greatest thing about the CBE 14
Yep.
that we have here in ASA. All right, here's Levi Morgan.
Felt good about the number and went for it. So now he's even gave himself a little bit of a chance at first.
10 for the win, center mass, and this crowd's going to go nuts.
Yeah.
Easy peasy,
Easy
lemon
as
squeezy.
He needs a 10. He's got
From
it.
3rd to
There's
1st, Levi Morgan
leads at 493. He's your champion.
went on a
2nd place
run
goes
of
to
bonus
Chris
rings in the
Hacker.
middle, 14,
3rd
14,
place,
12 on
Brayden
arrow
Jones.
2,
4th
3,
place,
4.
Dan
Just
McCarthy, and Chance Beaubouef
went
rounds
for
out
it,
the field.
gunned for it,
Congratulations,
made it
guys.
happen.
Great shoot-down.
And now another big W for Levi Morgan. And he gets, what is that? An
We got
alligator
an
trophy?
alligator, yep.
That's cool. Okay. I wouldn't hang that on the wall at eye length. I'd probably put it a little taller than that, but
Or around a kid's room at night, they walk out,
Yeah,
go to the bathroom.
that's crazy. Well, Levi Morgan, you came from 3rd and you did it on the back of a string of 14, 14, 12 in the middle, bonus rings. How you feeling right now, man?
Just super thankful, man. I was just out there thinking a second ago how blessed I am just to play this game. And outside of this game, so blessed. Beautiful wife, beautiful family, my kids, just my faith. And I just started thinking this is just a game, and I'm so blessed to come out here with the best in the world and even get to compete. And some days it goes your way, some days it doesn't. Today it went mine, but again, just thankful to be here competing.
No question, you got the secret ingredient, the secret sauce to happiness, that gratefulness, 100%. But Levi, what were you thinking on that last arrow?
I couldn't see anything. That's what I was thinking. But I could see the core line, and all day Jacob Marlowe just kept saying center core in our group. So I just kind of let that ring true and just buckmaster it and put it in the middle. So luckily I judged it right.
Dude, outstanding. Another huge win for you. Congratulations. Coming from 3rd place to the W, and you walk away champion. Well done.
Hey, thanks, Greg.
All right. So there you go. We're all done. Open Pro category. Levi Morgan does it again for the fans. And Steve Anderson said it the best. That's why he's the best to ever do it. The 2024 Delta McKenzie ASA Pro-Am Tour gives us another outstanding round of shooting. The Easton Hoyt Pro-Am is over. Camp Minden, Louisiana. Great hosts. They put on an outstanding event. Amateurs still get to shoot tomorrow, but from the pro perspective, we're done. Pro Pressure Point Shootdown, all complete. Bossier City Civic Center from Bossier City, Louisiana. For the entire Competition Archery Media crew, Steve Anderson, I'm Greg White. Thanks for joining our coverage. We can't wait to see you next time from Metropolis.